Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the beautiful 76ers Fieldhouse right here in Wilmington, Delaware. Welcome into 302 Sports. We are proud to bring you the BPG Sports Tip-Off Invitational. We are after quarter number 1 of game number 4 here at the wonderful 76ers Fieldhouse. I'm Patrick Arianes, alongside me, Jason Winchell. And Jay, we got ourselves a game here. The Conrad School of Science of Girls, one of the better programs in Delaware, as many of our viewers know, taking on Edison High School out of Virginia. And so far, Conrad leading 23-12 over Edison. What's kind of jumped out at you early in this game?
To me, it's been the balanced scoring. Everyone has got involved offensively for Conrad. Not a very deep team, but everyone's doing their part right now.
Absolutely. 25-12 is the score right now. And there's a 3-ball buried by number 3, Iora Gringas, putting it in. 25-15 the score. Conrad fell behind early in this one, but really went on a nice run about midway through that first quarter to finish it out. And now they set their offense up. That one's no good by Steph Kalasia. The ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Edison and brought up by Charlotte Jewell. She gets it to number 23. That's in and out, no good for Caitlin Lee. And now Conrad will clear.
This is one thing I like about Conrad. They push the ball. They put pressure on your defense.
And they do. Julie Kalasia got bumped, lost her footing, and the travel was called.
Like you said, Pat, this is the 4th of our top 6 girls teams that has been in action so far already today. So it's a good barometer to see where these teams are early in the season.
Absolutely. And as the broadcast goes on, Jay, we'll talk about some of those games that we seen a little bit earlier today. That 3 is in and out and no good for Jewell. And here come the Red Wolves. Whittlesley for 3. I'll tell you what, I like the confidence there.
I do too. I like how she pulls it up. It puts the defense, then has to come out on you.
Good defense there by Kalasia, and the ball is mishandled out of bounds by the senior Gringas, and now the Red Wolves will take over. But yeah, how about that? It's not something we've seen from Whittlesley. Nye hasn't shown that deep touch over the years, but how about that?
Yeah.
Putting that into her game.
It shows something for St. Elizabeth, who their next opponent is on Thursday.
Ball swinging around for the Red Wolves. Whittlesley to Alyssa Fayville, goes over to Julie Kalasia, baseline drive, swings it over to Alyssa Fayville, and they're going to call, I'm unsure, a timeout? I think it was a timeout by Conrad.
Yes.
30-second timeout. So we'll stay here, Jay, and while this game's going on here, one thing you got to notice, 2 Fayvilles, 2 Kalasias on the Conrad team's a family affair here.
There you go, yep, and Fayville, we were talking about Alyssa earlier. She's a pest defensively. But this year with Jordan Rook graduated, she's probably going to have to get more involved in the scoring, and we saw that earlier in the first half. She nailed a 3-pointer. So. Absolutely.
And, the talent on the floor right now is very, very noticeable. 4 collegiate commitments on the floor right now for Conrad. Julie Kalasia, obviously, class of 2020, Bucknell University is where she'll be playing her ball. And then over on the other side, Aurea Gringas will be playing at George Washington University. It's number 3 in blue. Bree Johns will be playing at Southeast Missouri State University. And Charlotte Jewell will be playing at Brown. So there is some talent on the floor here today. As that one knocked away and a foul will be called. It's going to go on Stephanie Kalasia. That's her first. We'll get Erin Glanz into the game. She'll check in for Kate Fayville. But Jay, there's a lot of talent out here. This is good quality high school girls basketball right here at the BPG Sports Tip-Off Invitational. Into the lane, going up strong was Lee, but this ball was knocked away, and it's a jump ball, and it'll go to Conrad.
Yeah, good defense there by Conrad. Like you said, forced the jump ball, and they get the alternate possession favors them.
Alyssa Favel will bring the ball up for the Red Wolves. Julie Kalasia to her sister Stephanie. In the lane, up strong with the right hand, no good. Rebound to Lee. Kalasia knocks it away, but they're going to get her for her second personal, if I'm not mistaken. And now Fayetteville will come back in.
Yeah, that's one thing we said that Conrad, I have a deep bench.
Yeah, 9 players dressed. This pull-up by Gringas is no good. And it's going to go off of Whittlesley and stay here to the Eagles.
Pat, this is a different feel, like a different court. It's so much bigger. The backdrop's a little bit different.
Yep.
So far in the first 3 games, I've seen teams struggle shooting the ball early and then pick it up a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, and I would expect to see the same in this one. Gringas for 3. It's short. Whittlesley rebound. She looks to clear out, and here come the Red Wolves. That one pulled up no good. Ball up in the air. It almost went in, Jay.
Yeah.
Edison comes away with the rebound, and there's going to be a foul in the middle of the floor. They're going to call Whittlesley on a foul there. And that's going to put Edison on the foul line. Number 4, Bree Johns, of course, the Southeast Missouri State commit, is going to go to the line for Edison.
And like you said, the 17th foul, so Edison will be shooting free throws the rest of this first half.
That one's no good, but they missed the front end, get the offensive board, and here they go, running their offense again, trailing by 10 in this one. This 3 for Lee's, in and out, no good. Johns the rebound, up strong and finish. Bree Johns doing work down low.
That's one thing with Whittlesey on the bench right now. Conrad's going to have to hit the defensive glass.
Yes, they will. Here's a nice trap set up. Galatia throws it off the defenders to save the possession, but good defense coming here by Edison.
Yeah, heads up play by Julie to throw it off the defender. Great defense there by Edison.
Whittlesley will come into the game here. Offense, defense, perhaps. We'll see. She's got 2 fouls. And that ball's knocked away, and up ahead they go to Johns. Fayetteville's got to defend a 2-on-1 and will not be able to. Bree Johns gets her 3rd bucket of the game. She's up to 7 points.
Nice little run here by Edison, Pat. Doing it on the defensive end.
Pressure. The pressure right now getting to him. Here's Julie Kalasia for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Rebound to Glantz. Kick out to Alyssa Fayetteville from NBA range. Back rim, no good. Julie Kalasia to rebound. Goes to Whittlesley. She goes up strong and finishes.
Good job there by the Red Wolves, crashing the offensive board. First, the smallest girl on the court, Glenn, gets a rebound, and then Julie Kalasia gets a rebound.
Into the lane and earning 2 free throws will be Aria Gringas. She got the youngster Glantz on her and took advantage of that, Jay. It's a smart play by the senior ball handler.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Glantz did a good job on the offense end, getting the offensive rebound, saving points for Conrad. But like you said, the senior knew she had the freshman on her and drew the foul.
3:04 to go until halftime. 27-19, Conrad on top. First free throws up and good. And, for Coach John Kalasia and his Red Wolves, they like to be challenged. And these out-of-state opponents are welcomed when we've talked to him in the past on different shows. And, this is no different here. Another challenge for the Red Wolves early in the season.
No, and like you said, that's what you want as a coach. You want to see where your team is. You'd like these early season invitationals or whatever you want to call them,
Mm-hmm.
where you're playing the best teams. And like we said, it doesn't get any easier to get number 1 St. Elizabeth's on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's gonna be a battle for sure. And here's Steph Kalej into the lane. She gets fouled, and she'll earn 2 free throws. Conrad's done a great job in this game of controlling the pace.
Yes.
And
like you said, when you're not a very deep team,
yes.
do you want to run? You don't want to run as much as if you had a team that was filled with.
You're right. They're controlling the pace of this game and playing the way that they want to play, and evenly distributed scoring amongst their starting 5. 2 for 2 for Steph Kalej. Edison trailing by 9. And they'll set the offense up. Here's Caitlin Lee. They had Gringus on the backdoor, but that was good hands by Abby Baldwin. Getting her hands on that. Here's Johns into the lane. Back rim no good. Rebound to Whittlesley. Goes to Kalej. Actually, that was Julie Kalej on the block. Here's Julie into the lane. Right-hand dribble. Right-hand layups up and good and 1.
Bucknell's getting a special player in her, Pat. And there again, heady play by the senior. Goes inside. Draws the contact. And then to be able to finish it after you draw that contact.
Yeah. You're exactly right. And that's why she's a Division I college athlete, soon to be. Next season. And 1 is off the rim, but her sister picks her up and gets 2 more points. Stephanie Kalej with the putback pushes this lead to 13, Jay.
That's a way to crash those offensive boards.
And Julie comes away with the steal. Up ahead to Steph, and why not? She'll pull for 3. Nothing but the back of the net. These ladies can shoot, and I think Edison came into this game, obviously new blood. You don't understand what the Kalej sisters are all about. They're getting a dose of it here to start this game off. And Gringus with the answer.
Draining some threes here at 76er Fieldhouse. I think Stephanie shot that from Conrad High School.
That NBA line will definitely be tested by this Conrad team.
Yeah.
Inside to Whittlesley. She's going to work down low. Spinning right-handed hooks. Back rim no good. Gringus the rebound. Here's Lee. Back deep for 3. That's no good. Rebound to Fayetteville, and here she goes.
By Fayetteville, crashing the defensive boards.
And look at her, right down the lane. Loses the ball. It should stay here, and it will. And Jay, I know that both you and Mike Lang, one of your favorite players since we started calling these games has been Elisa Fayetteville.
Yeah, she does. She does it all. She's one of those players that she's not the tallest, Pat.
Yeah.
But she does the other thing. She's not afraid to go inside and mix it up, and that's what makes her good. That she is.
Absolutely. 36-23 to score. Minute and 4 seconds to go until the break. Julie Kalej will throw the ball in for the Red Wolves. They get it to Stephanie, and that's a beautiful play design and nice execution by the Red Wolves. They're in complete control here, Jay.
Yeah, they've looked good. They had that little
slow start.
Yep.
Gringas will pull for 3. That's off the backboard and no good. Whittlesley to rebound, and let's see if they hold for 1. You can hear Coach John Kalej imploring Julie, hey, slow it up. Let's get 1 here. We're in control of this game. Edison's in a zone defense here, down for the last possession of the half. They got to protect that NBA line, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. There's no spot where the Collegian sisters do not think they can hit from.
5 on the game clock. Glands for 3. Back rim, bounces around, no good. Green gets the rebound, and that'll do it. We are at halftime, Jay. 38-23 to score. And before we go to break, a few things that have stood out to you since, I know we missed the first quarter. But what have you seen in this one before we head off to break?
Well, I think the balanced scoring from Conrad. Me and Mike said earlier in the year, we didn't know if Conrad was a deep team. They're showing that they're deep. They might only have 9 girls dressed, but 8 of them have already played, and 7 of them are already in the scorebook. So, to me, that's the balance that Coach K wants to see with the Vikings coming up on Thursday.
Absolutely. And, Jay, while we're still on air, the 3 games we saw earlier today, starting off at 11:30 a.m., was Archbishop Carroll. The girls' team came down here to take on Cape Henlopen.
And let me tell you about that Archbishop Carroll team. 8 3-pointers, routed Cape Henlopen, a good team. It was not Cape Stay shooting the ball. It was Carroll's, and a big win for Carroll. And that's a good – they come here. They got in foul trouble early. In fact, they had one girl pick up 4 first-half fouls, but she went on her way to score 30 points in that game.
Wow.
So the foul trouble didn't bother them. Cape couldn't take advantage of those free throws early in the game. In the second half, Carroll pulled away.
Well done. And game number 2 was another girls' matchup. Woodbridge was taking on Sanford in that game.
Yeah, and it was Woodbridge jumped out to a 7-0 lead, and then it was all Sanford after that. Allie Kubiak, who's going to Towson University, 32 points.
Wow.
8 for 8 from the foul line. Woodbridge could not answer for her, and that's a good win for Sanford. Everyone said, Sanford ain't going to be good. They're going to lose. They lost that team. Let me tell you what, the Sanford team I saw today could be a top team in the state.
And I'll tell you what, they always seem to put something together. There's no doubt about that. And then in game number 3, before the intermission between the 2 sets of 3 games, saw Newark Charters boys taking on Tower Hill.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Newark Charters is a fun team to watch. They struggled, got into early foul trouble. Tower Hill took advantage of it. Rode a 10-point halftime lead. Newark Charter came out in the second half. 3 Lesnar dunks, some steals, tied it at 30. After that, all Tower Hill. Deadweiler hit some threes and some key baskets. But that Tower Hill team is a fun team to watch. They're playing in that wrong conference, that independent conference this year, but they're a fun team to watch. So get out there and watch that Tower Hill team.
Absolutely. And, Jay, lastly, we got 2 games coming up here later today in the BPG Sports Tip-Off Invitational. The Shipley School out of Pennsylvania will be taking on Dover High. What do you expect to see from that one?
Yeah, let me tell you, Dover's a running gun team. They put up a pair of 40-point wins earlier in the week against Sussex Central and Milford. Put up 90-some and 88, so they're a high-scoring team. They like to get out and run. I think if Shipley wants to compete, I think they're going to have to control the pace of play and not turn the ball over against that Dover team.
And then to wrap this thing up, around 8:30 p.m., Combine Academy, traveling up here from North Carolina, by far the largest traveling group here, besides Edison High School that we're seeing here, will be taking on Stan Waterman's Sanford Warriors, which are playing a national schedule this year. That's going to be the one that wraps this up. You got to be expecting fireworks there.
And their Combine's ranked 14th in North Carolina. And they're coming up here, like you said, the long travel. Does that affect them early? Can Sanford take advantage of that? And I expect fireworks. 2 good teams going at it. And that's a good way to close this tournament. 6 games here today, and that's the last one, and that's the way to go out.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, Jay, Sanford is not playing a joke of a schedule. I heard they're taking on the perennial powerhouse Montverde at some point this year in one of these.
Yeah, I believe they're going to a tournament in Florida next week. City of Palms. Yeah, so,
Mike Lang said, yep.
Yeah, and I'm telling you
what. Unbelievable. Good exposure.
Yes, and, they have everyone back. So, to me, if that's Stan Waterman, he wants to get these kids playing in, that next level. That's what you do. You go schedule that national schedule. there's nothing wrong with it, and it prepares your team for come tournament time. I know a lot of people get mad that, they're not playing Delaware teams. So, to me, why beat a Delaware team by 50? Go outside, challenge yourself.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it helps the kids.
Yes.
And that's what the high school coaches are all about.
Yeah.
They're going to want those kids to play at the next level and succeed.
Absolutely, and that's one thing that Stan has definitely done during his tenure at Sanford. So about 5 minutes to go before the start of the second half. We'll take a commercial break, Jay. When we come back, we'll talk about what we expect to see in the second half of this one between Edison High School and Conrad.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy. Come on in. Premier is a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations near you in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Every patient receives personal attention with an individualized model of clinical excellence and care. Our goal is to get you back to your favorite activities. From injuries due to work and automobile accidents to post-surgical care to sports injuries and more, Premier offers direct access to our physical therapists, allowing you to schedule your appointment quickly and easily, even without a prescription. Find our convenient locations at www.premierptsp.com. Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. You may have tried physical therapy, but have you tried Premier?
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to 302 Sports. We're glad to have you with us. Patrick Gariani's alongside me, Jason Winchell. We're here at the 76ers Fieldhouse for the BPG Sports Tip-Off Invitational. Game number 4 right here is at the break as the Conrad Red Wolves lead the Edison High School Eagles 38-23. And Jay, Conrad, one of the top teams in the state again this year. And looking ahead here to the second half, what do they got to do to maintain this 15-point lead?
Yeah, I think they John probably wants to see what they did in that first half, crash the offensive boards, do a great job defensively, and just continue doing what they did in that first half. I think one thing I think he would like to see cleaned up is they had a few turnovers late in that, early in that second quarter. So I think
Yeah.
if
when you're that tall, it can really help down low. And she just grabbed that one out of the sky and deposited 2. She enters double figures with 10.
Yeah, like you said, it helps when you got the height, and there she's able to get the rebound. Take advantage of it.
This is Caitlin Lee skipping this one across. Here's Jewel into the lane. Takes the bump, can't quite finish. Rebound goes to Lisa Anderson, and she'll pull it out. Lee into the lane, up with the left hand, is fouled and will go to the line. If it's on Whittlesley, it'll be her 4th. And they do.
So now we have one player from each team with 4 fouls here in the third quarter. And in the first game today, Cape Penelope, their star, Denasia Cannon, was in foul trouble all game and ended up fouling out early in that one.
First one up and good for Lee, and makes the game interesting when players get in foul trouble like this. The depth gets tested. Second free throw for Caitlin Lee's in and out, no good. And Stephanie Kalasia will bring up for the Red Wolves. 3-2 zone being shown by Edison. Julie Kalasia. Here's Alyssa Fayville into the lane. Running right hand's no good. Rebound to Jewel, and here comes Edison, trailing by 15. Lee inside to Johns. Nice work by Edison in transition there to get the bucket.
Yeah, that's great job. Transition, get the basket, and trying to claw their way back in this game now. Let's see if they can take advantage of Whittlesey being out.
Glanz gets it to Fable. Good hustle and good skip. Conrad avoids disaster there. And that's in and out, no good by Stephanie Kalasia. And Edison, again, one shot and done. The defense has ratcheted up with this zone. No true post player in the game right now for Conrad. And you can see they're a little bit uncomfortable. It's going to be a foul call here. It's going to stay. I believe they're going to call this on Julie Kalasia. It'll be her 2nd. Lisa Anderson was getting in the mix there, the sophomore, for Edison. Here's Jewel, baseline drive. Yeah, that's a nice drive and layup.
Just like that, it's down to 11, Pat. Nice little run here by Edison.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see as Stephanie Kalasia misses that shot. And Fayville can't hit it. Rebound to Edison. I wouldn't be surprised if on the next possession, if Edison gets a bucket here, if Coach Kalasia takes a timeout to adjust to that zone.
I'm with you, Pat, and what a job by Edison to switch to a zone.
Johns with a deep 3 and buries it, and it's an 8-point game. 7-0 run by Edison High School.
And you see what happens when you kind of lose your height.
No true post player on the floor. That's a nice job by Stephanie Kalasia. She played the role of the post player there.
Yeah,
you got to get in the middle of that zone.
And that's how you have to do it, Pat. And they made the adjustment and got her in the middle of the zone, and she was able to convert. And now you get that turnover.
And here's a gamble. Coach John Kalasia rolling the dice here and putting Nia Whittlesley back in the game with 4 personal fouls. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. She's got to be careful. They get it inside, and Nye goes right to work and gets a bucket. Here's Anderson. This is a big-time 3 from Johns off the back rim, no good. Layup up and good there by Celeste Kastma. With Whittlesley in foul trouble, you can go right at her right now at the lane if you are an Edison player.
Yes, and that's what they are doing.
Steph Kalasia with the mid-range jump shot. Back rim no good. She's off. Nice hustle by Glanz. And she steps out of bounds, though.
I'll tell you what, Glansford is not afraid to get in there and get the rebounds, kind of like Fayetteville. And that's what you like to see. And a smart move by Kaleja on the stoppage, you're able to get Whittlesey out of the game.
Kate Fayetteville comes back in. It's a 10-point lead. 2:10 to go here in the third. Here's Lee crossing into the lane, up with the right hand. Can't hit. Tough defense by the Red Wolves. Here's Kate Fayetteville going down the lane. Nice pass over to Julie. She'll go to the line for two. Nice job by Conrad in transition there,
yes.
Jay.
Yep. That's how you do it, you know. Get it on transition, dish it out, and now you get a chance to score with the clock stop.
She hits the first. And here comes Gringas. 4 personal fouls for her as well.
So each coach is rolling the dice a little bit here,
Yeah.
Pat. You like to see that.
And they have her off the ball. Let's see how she handles the rock. Kalesia defending Gringas. Into the lane she goes. She's got to be careful doing that. Jewel catch and shoot 3, in and out, no good. Rebound and putback is no good. That one come from Johns. Here comes the Red Wolves in transition. Fayetteville with a beautiful pass, but Julie Kalesia can't handle it. Glance catch and shoot. I think it was partially blocked. And they're going to say they didn't see it, so it's going to go the other way. Coach Kalesia beside himself.
Yeah, like you said, Pat, but if you don't see it, you got to go with the call that you saw.
(48-36), and this is a crucial time for Conrad with Whittlesey on the bench. Can you maintain your lead, your cushion?
And we saw that Edison went on a 7-0 run earlier with her out.
Julie Kalesia with the beautiful steal and finish for 2.
She's just a special player. She gets the steal defensively, coast in, and makes the layup.
50-36. This leads ballooned back to 14. Jewel. That ball was blocked. They get it to Johns, easy 2. One minute to go here in the third. Conrad enjoying a 12-point lead. Kate Fayetteville, mid-range jump shots, good. Here's Gringas. Over to Jewel, inside to Johns. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line. For Steph Kalesia, that's her 3rd personal.
Yeah, Conrad's in a little foul trouble here with Kaleja. There's Kaleja and Whittlesey. Speaking of Whittlesey, she's coming back in here.
Yeah, it's good to see Edison, or it's smart by Edison to get Gringas out of the game on a defensive possession. And, you know, Coach John Kalasia's got faith in Whittlesey. Look, we're going to have the ball here. We're going to get the last shot. I trust you that you're not going to pick up a foul.
Yeah, he's going to say, listen, I want you to hit the boards, but don't do anything where you're going to get that offense over the back call. And he probably won't have her setting any screens.
So let's see what Conrad comes up with to close out the third. Here's Kalesia handling. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here they go. Fayetteville loses it. Gets it back. Loses it again, and that should do it. 0.6 seconds, it'll go the other way. But that's twice now. Conrad's had a chance to get the last shot at the end of a quarter, and they turn the ball over.
Yeah, and that's something that's not going to make Coach happy.
John gets an easy look here, and almost makes it. That was almost great execution by Edison. Doesn't work out. 52-40, Conrad leads after 3. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right here on 302 Sports.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Fed.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, at the beautiful 76ers Fieldhouse. I'm Patrick Garrianis, alongside me, Jason Winchell. We're here for the BPG Sports Tip-Off Invitational. Conrad and Edison High School playing here tonight in a girls matchup. Game number 1 of the evening games here on this lovely Saturday afternoon. 52-40, Conrad on top. And Jay, they've done a great job. They've had some foul trouble. Whittlesley now with 4 fouls, of controlling the pace of this game, and it's worked for them through 3.
Yeah, and like you said, Pat, they got into some foul trouble there in the third quarter, but they did what they had to do to maintain the lead. But like you said, now they have to be careful here because Edison's going to want to pick up the pace, trailing by 12.
Gringus will start on the bench for Edison. She's got 4 personals. Whittlesley on the floor to start the third quarter off for Conrad. Coach Kalasia believing in her. Here's Julie. Pull-up jumper. Front rim no good. Rebound to Lee. And it's a 3-on-1 opportunity for Edison. And they're going to turn it over. Wow.
That's not going to make a coach happy. 3-on-1, Pat. You need to get a shot off on that one.
Yeah, well, you saw Lee and Johns a little too close together. The floor wasn't spaced out properly,
Absolutely.
And that's what led to that turnover. Conrad walking the ball up, and I don't blame him. Take your time offensively. Steph Kalasia to Julie.
Conrad, they got the 12-point lead. They know they need to continue to spread the ball on offense.
That they do. This game is far from being over. That one's floated up and in for Stephanie Kalasia.
One thing they've been doing, Pat, all day is been giving out a MVP of the game afterwards. So something to look to see who will get that in this one.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye out for Stephanie on that. She's got 18. Julie, her sister Julie's got 15. Whittlesley's got 12.
That's the one thing. If John can get the balanced scoring, he's going to be happy,
Gringus back in. As Edison sensing this game pulling away from them, they need to make a run and they need to make it fast if they want to get back into it against the Red Wolves. Gringus from NBA range. Front rim no good. Whittlesley the rebound. Good job by Conrad forcing a deep shot there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like you said, Pat, that's NBA range there.
Here's Fayville to Stephanie Kalasia. Conrad working some clock here. She's got to hurry up, though. It was close to a 5-second count. Whittlesley backdoored to Kate Fayville. Up with the right hand, can't finish. Stephanie with the putback. She's up to 20. Nice job by Kalasia on the putback there,
and you
Jay.
see that both Fayvilles aren't afraid to go inside. Nice backdoor play, and Stephanie was there on the spot.
There's an easy bucket for Johns. She's up to 19. Jewel will pick up the foul.
Yeah, you're going to see Edison. They're going to want to bring up the press here now, and they're down. They need to try to force some turnovers.
(56-42). Conrad on top. It looks like there's going to be a timeout taken by Coach John Kalasia. He wants to talk some things over and make sure his team executes this down the block. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here, Jay. And
like you said, Pat, what a day here. 6 games. This is how you do it. You get a facility like this why not bring in the high schools?
Yep.
You know, a good crowd here. I expect the last 2 games of the night we'll probably see even bigger crowds with the top 2 teams in Delaware in the state playing here tonight, Dover and Sanford, and but that's the way to do it. And he said, I talked to Trevor. He's got 2 more day tournaments planned for January, 1 in February, and that's the way to do it. You got an event you get a building like this in a city like this.
Yeah,
it's great to see, and these kids are going to love play. Get to play here in a tournament. It's so good for the game.
It is great things being done here by BPG Sports, and of course the Sanford great and Syracuse standout Trevor Cooney, a part of that team, bringing these events here.
Yes.
It's been a fantastic job. And out of the timeout, Edison forces a turnover, and they got a 2-on-1. Gringas into the lane, spaces the floor right. What a block by Stephanie Kalasia, though.
She does it all, doesn't she?
You're not kidding. Inside to Whittlesley. Skips it over to Julie. Catch and shoot 3. That's front rim, no good. Whittlesley to rebound. Gets to Fayetteville. She can't hit. Knocked away. Should stay here, and it will.
Conrad's just getting, they're getting, when their shots aren't falling, they're there for rebounds. They get the loose balls. They're a scrappy team.
There's just nobody right now on Edison that can control Whittlesley on the glass. She is getting where she wants to go. That one no good. Fayetteville getting it in there, and it's a jump ball. Kate Fayetteville doing a great job there.
And guess what? Conrad maintains possession. Yeah, that's one thing. Fayetteville not afraid to stick her hands in there and force that jump ball.
Much like her sister. So Julie looking to get it in. Gets it into Whittlesley. Back to Kalasia, and that's a turnover. Good hands by Jewel defensively. Glands will come in for Kate Fayetteville. Gringas will bring the ball up for Edison. Both her and Whittlesley have done a great job of playing with 4 fouls.
Yes.
Despite picking them up early in the third quarter. This 3, catch and shoots. Back rim, no good there for Celeste Castma. Ball's loose, Fayetteville. Alyssa comes up with it into the lane. She's going to get the bump. And 2 shots.
Yeah, not afraid. Goes in there, draws the contact, and now she gets to go to the foul line.
And Fayetteville is a really good free throw shooter.
Yes, she is.
First one is no good. I apologize, Alyssa. I gave you the broadcaster's jinx.
Every time I do a game, I feel like I'm as soon as I say that they're good, they're going to miss that free throw.
That one no good as well. How about that? 0 for 2 for Alyssa Fayetteville.
Julie picks up her third.
Right now, I mean, Conrad's kind of gone cold the last few minutes here.
Yeah, but Edison hasn't been able to capitalize, Pat.
Yeah. And that Conrad defense has been very stingy. Here's Lee. Johns, catch and shoot, NBA range 3, in and out, no good. And if you're Conrad, you will give up the NBA range 3 every possession if the other team wants to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a difficult shot.
Great defense, and like you said.
Glands, catch and shoot 3. That's off the back rim, no good. Ball's loose, and Julie Kalasia comes up with it. Gets a beautiful pass to Whittlesley for 2.
She gets the floorboard, and then eyes to find Whittlesley. What a pass.
She knew what she was doing with the ball before she even had possession of it.
Absolutely. That's what point guards do, Pat. They know where they are and where everyone else is.
And it's going to be a timeout for Edison. It's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break with them, Jay. When we come back, 3:48 to go in the fourth. Conrad on top, 58-42. You're watching 302 Sports.
With Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, at the 76ers Fieldhouse. So glad you could join us here this evening. Patrick Gariani's alongside me, Jason Winchell, at the BPG Sports Tip-Off Invitational at the beautiful 76ers Fieldhouse. And right now, Edison High School trying to solve Conrad, 58-42 the score. And right now, Conrad's defense has really stepped it up here, Jay, and shut down Edison offensively, forcing really long shots.
Yeah, and that's one thing we've seen Conrad for the last 3 years in state. We know they play some solid defense, so they have the offensive weapons, but they play defense, solid defense, and when you do that, that puts you in a lot of these games. And that's why you can go out and play the tougher schools.
So 3:48 to go. Both teams have a foul to give. Gringus is going to go cross court to Johns, and that is not what you want to do out of a timeout. Out of a timeout, you turn the ball over. Great defense again by the Red Wolves.
Yeah, and you hear Coach Gallows and Stephanie dribble on in. He said, take it back outside. We're in no rush.
They're not. That ball's deflected off of the foot of Johns. And now Coach Kalasia will take a timeout, and it'll be a full. We'll stay here, Jay, and what do you expect to see here from the Red Wolves to close this one out? Still 3:22 to go in this game.
Yeah, I think John is happy with the defense, but the offense has been stagnant here in the fourth quarter, and they're almost a turnover. Luckily, it dribbled off the foot of the defender, not Stephanie's. But I think he just wants to. You want to get the. He knows he's got number one St. E's coming up on Thursday. He wants to, keep the offense going, keep the defense going, and get them ready for that game. And what he's telling them there is to take care of the ball, take care of business. We got a 16-point lead. We don't need to rush on offense and on defense. Just continue playing the defense that you've been playing here in the fourth quarter.
Right you are, Jay. And let's see what Conrad comes up with out of the timeout. Going with the triangle formation here. They're going across court to Stephanie Kalasia, and you can see Coach John Kalasia saying, nah, it's right in front of you. Just make the easy pass. No need to try and make the hard pass.
Yeah, what did I just say? He was not going to be happy with turnovers. And there, right on the inbound play after a timeout.
Yes.
Spent that timeout. That's the last thing you want.
Here's Gringus. She's been silent here in the second half, and there's her first bucket. Has been in foul trouble. 58-44. Julie and Stephanie Kalasia handle. This is Stephanie. She'll pull
Isn't
it
it
back
great
up.
when you're that tall and you can handle the rock?
Definitely helps. Just blow by into the lane. Look for Whittlesley. She can't handle, but Kate Faville was there and gets the travel. So turnover there by Conrad.
What do we say? A couple turnovers here by Conrad the last two possessions. If Edison can chip away here.
Edison just hasn't been able to get good looks. This Conrad defense has been stifling.
Like you said, it's been a lot of NBA range three-pointers too.
There's another one. It's well short, and that line is tempting. There's no doubt about it, but they are not. If that line wasn't there, I don't think that they'd be shooting from it. I think it's a distraction.
That's the one thing here, playing on a where does the
professional floor.
play.
Yeah,
it's a professional court. You see that line, you're thinking sometimes it's a college line, and that's not a shot a coach wants to see.
Here's Kalasia. Julie Goes to Stephanie. No hurry for the Red Wolves, holding a 14-point lead with just over 2 minutes to play. That one is and they're going to call a backcourt violation there. It's delayed, but they got the call right.
It was delayed, but the correct call. I've seen some crazy calls throughout the 3 games here tonight.
Here's Gringa, step back 3, back rim no good. Another long shot by Edison.
And it's a step back, like you said, Pat, so it's not like you got to create your own separation. And a lot of times that's going to cause the shot to come short.
The officials explaining the call to Coach Diane Lewis. Alyssa Favell back in. She's going to handle the ball here. Essentially 3 point guards on the floor right now for Conrad between the Kalasia sisters and Alyssa Favell. Here's Whittlesley into the lane. Up with the right hand is good.
There's no stopping that. No stopping that. When she gets the ball in that deep, might as well just put 2 points on the board.
Right yard, Jay. Here's Gringas. Going across court, Lee saves it. That could have been a disaster for Edison. Lee into the lane, up with the right hand, blocked by Julie Kalasia. There's nothing at the rim right now for Edison, and they're taking those long shots too.
That's a smart play by the younger Fayetteville sister there. She gets the ball, has an open look at the basket, dribbles it back out, runs some time off the clock.
You can see Coach Kalasia, he's trying to set a play up here for his girls to create separation, get the ball, wait. And obviously early in the season, you haven't worked on everything yet, right?
No, and like I said, he has a game Tuesday, but then he got number 1 St. E's coming to his place on Thursday. A game, Pat, our first ever 302 Sports Girls Game of the Week. As me and Mike introduced that this year, we're going to have a 9-game schedule.
Yeah.
And you're going to start with Conrad and St. E's this coming up this week, and I'm excited about it. It's 1 versus 2, but we did it so we could get more girls teams on. The
Absolutely.
exposure is out there, and we got a lot of good matchups. We're going to announce them on our show on Wednesday night at Buffalo Wild Wings, and where we have a lot of interesting teams on that schedule this year, and 9 different stops. Me and Mike are going to make it at local gyms. So
that's the most exciting thing about it, Jay. We're really excited to see what games you and Mike have come up with, and the rest of the crew at 302 Sports unveils. But right now, 60-44, Conrad on top. Jay, and looking ahead here, Shipley and Dover will be coming up next. Again, nothing but excitement about that game coming up.
Yeah, and like I said, Dover, if you haven't seen them play it, they're running on, and they're not afraid. A team that are not afraid to shoot anywhere on the court, but their press forces that up tempo that a lot of teams do not want to play.
No, they do not. That was a great out-of-bounds play out of a timeout by Conrad to get Whittlesley a shot. She couldn't finish, but possession will stay here. 48 ticks to go in this one. But, yeah, no, this upcoming game with Dover and Shipley, we're excited about it. There's no doubt about that one. And I'm excited for that Conrad St. E's game, Jay, that you were talking about, is Steph Kalasia will get a bucket here.
Another good game for Steph.
22 points, Jay.
The junior, is looking for that strong junior year so she could get some good looks from colleges.
This ball knocked away by Julie Kalasia. Stephanie Kalasia goes up. This is Kate Favell. And Glanz will go out of bounds. Into the game for Conrad. Kiana Frawley, Isabel Anderson, and Abby Baldwin
I believe all 9 girls have played for Conrad here tonight. So one thing that Coach Kaleja is doing a little bit more this year is getting some players in.
Get them that experience, even if it's a possession or two. I believe they're going to get a Frawley on a foul here.
Hey, they did have a foul to give. It's only their 16th foul. Now I'm sure Coach Gillette is like, don't touch them.
Great performance here tonight by the Conrad Red Wolves girls basketball team. It's what we've come to expect from them. And they get a big-time win over Edison High School, 62-44, Jay.
Yeah, good performance here by Conrad. We saw why they are a dangerous team, well-balanced, and that's a good start here for Conrad into their season. A big win against a good Edison team from Virginia in front of the at Blue Coats Arena here in 76ers Fieldhouse.
Absolutely, and you got to be impressed, with the Kaleja sisters, and another good performance by Stephanie Kaleja, 22 points in this game.
Yeah, 22 points. She did it all. Did a good job on the rebounds, and Stephanie Kaleja is the MVP of this game. She will get the award that I believe Titus Sports has been giving out for all the games, and we've had some great performances between.
As Kaleja's going to get this award here from, as the Delaware guy we talked about, Trevor Cooney over here at BPG Sports. He's giving out the award there, so congratulations to her, and congratulations to Conrad, getting a big-time win. And Jay, we're going to see them right again next week, as you and Mike talked about, St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, Thursday night, St. Elizabeth's 5 o'clock at Conrad, the home team, looking to pull out another win, and it will not be easy. St. E's has got a lot of depth, and it's going to be interesting to see how both teams fare, 1 versus 2. And like I said, I got to see Sanford today, and they're a strong team, and so the top 3 teams in the state of Delaware are all strong, and it's going to be an interesting year in the girls' ranks here.
Absolutely. So that'll do it here for this one. Make sure to check in on a new link around 6:45. Shipley School out of Pennsylvania will be taking on Dover High School right here on 302 Sports. Take a look through the live event. You'll see the link for it. Thank you for joining both Jason Winchell and I for this one. We'll see you in about 25 minutes. Mike Lang will be joining alongside to call that